Uncle I bet. I'll get started in just a couple of moments. Sip some of this water. Okay. See if we at least have one or two folks watching, and then we'll get started. We'll get a little bit of lotion. This weather, I'm not sure about you all, but skin feels so dry. Flooded with water, but still stays so dry in the wintertime. Face gets to peeling like a cobra. Maybe I'm harnessing that, invoking that energy of Wajet. The Cobra Neteret energy. All right. Sorry about that. This skin feels dry and scaly. All right. So let's see here. I'll give it just another moment and I'll get started. Whether anyone is watching or not. You can see the recording later. All right. Well, Nefer B'Kah, Grand Rising, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. Those who are here with the live and those who watch later. It is just me today, which, Himneta Wasiri is healing and recovering right now. He is, I would encourage all of you to reach out to him and check on him, or reach out to Sinette Tara to check on him and let him know that you are thinking about him and praying for him, which is what our service on Sundays is technically about. It's about prayer. It's about adoration. It's about lifting each other up. So that is why we come here every Sunday. We do read Seba'it, but it's not so much of a teaching. We're here to raise the vibrations for all of us, our families, those around us, so that when we go out in the week for work or all of the doings that we have, we go out there with a clear heart and we go out there with a clear mind, and that we can, keep in balance I wouldn't even say struggles or trials, because life is what it is, but so that we can remain in balance, and so that we can always remember that someone is thinking about you. Nobody is here technically alone. So you do have people who are always praying for you, always raising the vibrations and the energies for you. And we just come here on Sundays to do just that, to give adoration to the Netaru, and to also just give adoration to each other, to our lives, to our daily doings, and those things that are going into our lives. So we take a moment to give adoration and thanks. With that being said, as we all know, we begin with the opening of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. If you are here watching the video, just stand with me, and we will go ahead and get started. I do see Tahuti Forever in the chat as Melanation app. Anke Ma'at to you. And I believe I saw St. Jason Edwards there. Anke Ma'at to you. I know your original. I know who you are, Tahuti. I've already accepted your friend request and made sure I followed the app. Matter of fact, I'll mention that in a little while, and see if I can even show it to folks, to show them what it looks like, so that they can see what that is, so that they can actually follow and join the app as well. So let's go ahead and get in the pose of adoration so we can do the opening of the way. before we get started, we're going to stand with our left hand slightly forward, our right hand slightly back, ever so slightly bent, left foot forward and right foot back. And we are standing towards the north. This is the north in my home. And it just so happens to be that I put my tapestry in that direction so that I could start there. We're going to take our breath first, and I like to take 3 breaths so that I can clear my diaphragm and be able to chant the word of everlasting light, which is Ankh. Netrak in bedhet, nuke in bedhet, netrak happy, nuke happy, to our winter. Turn to the right. Netrak circuit, nuke circuit, netrak kepsanoof, nuke kepsanoof, to our winter. Netrak ost, nuke ost, netrak amset, nuke amset, to our winter. Netrak neat, nuke neat, netrak duamutef, nuke duamutef, to our winter. Netrak newt, nuke newt, netrak geb, nuke geb, to our winter. Netrak shoot, 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 nuke shoot. Netrak tefnut, 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 nuke tefnut, to our winter. Netrak paut interu, nuke paut interu. Netrak imbu interu, nuke imbu interu, to our winter. Dwa. My Ankh isn't longer or as long as some of the others with the long lungs and the that deep what do you call it, connection to the happy. I do have the connection, but it seems to be cut short, and I lose my breath quite quickly. Although when I swim, I can stay underwater for a long time. So interesting. Anyways, to get started, I want to say with the opening of the way, Dwa R Hrw, Ankh Ra Semaj Sepatah, Ma'ak Heru, opener of the way, bearer of Ma'at and custodian of the Ankh. We continue the ritual which you brought to us in its current form as we live the living legacy of Ma'at. Okay, I'm going to make sure to keep up with the chat the best that I can. Going to set the feather now with our 4 breaths of life. And the first one is to clear the mind. The second breath is to clear the spirit. The third is to inhale Ma'at and exhale Ifset. And the fourth and final breath is to lighten the heart. I awake to live in Ma'at. I align my thoughts, my words, and actions with Ma'at. And Ma'at be the driving force of this session and everyone therefrom. Dwa R Hrw. All right. So giving our flowers, always paying flowers to our ancestors because they made it possible for us to be here. Also like to always give flowers to the Netru, all of the Netru, and Boon Ntaru. Him Netter Intepi Dejed At Ma'at Aten Ra, also known as Intepi Jabari. Him Netter Rasiri and his Queen Tara. For he is not here today, but we still give the flowers to him for his dedication and commitment to being here every week. And also to all of you for showing up and being supportive of this weekly prayer session, or I don't even like to call it that, session of adoration that we do every week. So flowers to all of you. I hope that you all receive them in sincerity. Today's Sebayit is going to be short and sweet. The session, I won't keep you all long today. I will be monitoring the chat. Uncle Ma'at and Curtis. Yes, yes. You release air as you say unk, but not when you're holding your breath underwater. That's true. That is true. Is that why I can hold my breath for so long, more than a minute underwater? That's crazy. But it seems like my mind says that I should be able to chant unk in the same manner, but it doesn't work that way. Even when I'm speaking, I tend to lose my breath. And I think that's from a long history of smoking cigars, to be honest with you. That's a fact. That's why I have that raspy, berry white kind of voice. You know what I mean? So that's being honest. So today's reading, it's going to be very short, and then we'll get into a little bit of the discussion. Let me show you what we're reading. We're coming from the Hosea, and I found this one to be fitting. So this is the Hosea, the books of wise instruction, the book of Ptahhotep, number 6. And it reads, if you move among people, gain respect and trust through speaking openly and truthfully. Those who are trusted and speak truthfully will become leaders and masters of themselves. Those who master themselves enjoy a good name and are not maligned. They are in good health, and their face is turned toward their people. And they are praised without their knowing it. But those whose hearts obey base desires and causes, they cause content rather than love. Their heart diminishes and their body dwindles. Those of great heart are the chosen of Neter. But those who obey base desires become the possessions of the enemy. I'm going to read it one more time. If you move among people, gain respect and trust through speaking openly and truthfully. Those who are trusted and speak truthfully will become leaders and masters of themselves. Those who master themselves enjoy a good name and are not maligned. They are in good health, and their face is turned toward their people, and they are praised without their knowing it. But those whose heart obeys base desires, causes contempt rather than love. Their heart diminishes, their body dwindles. Those of great heart are the chosen of Neter, but those who obey but base desires become the possession of the enemy. Ashe. May my add a blessing to that reading. As you all can see that I'm here alone today. And the reason I chose Anke Ma'at, Sin, I see there's Sin James, Anke Ma'at, yes. I chose that because it reminded me a little bit of myself. I think those of you that know me now know that the things that I do, the things that I say are always out of my heart, always out of honesty. And I think I put up a post a couple of days ago about the fact that I have a certificate. I'm a Yoni Steam practitioner. I'm a death doula. I'm an author. I'm a medical assistant. I'm this, I'm that. These are all titles that do not define me. Nothing that I would stand on a pedestal to say that that's a pat on the back. And granted, these are all wonderful things to offer, to services to offer people, but it's not what defies me. What defies me most is following my heart. One of our senates had made a comment to me the other day and said, I can't wait till we meet you in person. When her father transitioned, I did X, Y, and Z. I don't do anything for an ulterior motive. I don't even think about me per se when there's action, when there's when my heart is leading. It's almost like having, I guess what others might say, an outer body experience. I don't feel tasked. I don't do anything. I'm not tallying up a what I did for you list. I don't do anything with the intent of gaining something else or reward. To me, the reward is in the doing. I know we've spoken about this several times, but I don't even coming here on Sundays. I'm not even the one that likes to be the center of attention or be seen. I do talk a lot. I know that, but it's not something that I aspire to do. I'm not the type of person who looks to lead a flock, who looks to be followed. The only thing that requires leading and following in my spirit is that I follow thine own heart. I do what I can to be very honest and open and truthful. Sometimes it comes out raw. Sometimes it comes out harsh, but it's really what's within my spirit. So with that is why I chose today's reading. I want to encourage everyone that, again, it says, those who are trusted and speak truly will become leaders and masters of themselves. If anyone sets out to be a master or a leader of other people, always remember that you're just leading them to where you're going. Although collectively we go hand in hand and we walk a path together, we live this life of ma'at. Be cautious of trying to lead people, because a lot of times where you might go, they may not end up. You could be very well leading them. The funny thing that I always say, straight to hell with gasoline draws on. And it might not even be with the intentions to do so. You may have every intention within your spirit to lead folks to the truth. Lead folks through the pasture. You know the old saying, you can lead a blind horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. All of those things. Lead thyself and follow thy own heart, and be cautious of what you are following. I think that collectively, us folks that are living this Kemetic legacy, and I would say Black folks as a whole, we are so disconnected that we're still trying to find connections. We're still trying to find our way home. But our ancestors have left those pebbles on the path for us to do so. All we have to do is look, but also be cautious that we're not just following them either, because we're here in existence. We're, again, humans, we're spiritual beings having this human experience. So not only should we be following our ancestors' paths, we just need to gain guidance in the direction of which way we are to go, individually and collectively. We might not all end up at the same place, but as we go on our journeys, as we see so many things in this physical world, we have to be cautious of our own thoughts and of our own words and our own actions, and be sure that if there are people following you and they chose to follow you, that you didn't stand and say, hey, come with me, I know the way. Instead of being a way shower, be a way goer. And that way that you go, if it's divine and righteous and others see that way and they see that light and they decide to go that way, then so be it. They're still following their own heart. So that is why I chose today's reading. And it's, yes, truth sharpens your understanding of self as well as increases your outward values. I just wanted to give you that brief, very, very, very brief. And again, that's number 6. And I say that because we have a tendency to become unified, then become divided, then go back to working on being unified because, things are opposing and things are, this side may be, we want to wear red flight gang sets. We want to wear blue, all these different things, but do what resonates within your spirit. And when you do what is righteous, what is truthful, what is sincere, it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing, as long as you are mastering yourself. That is the whole point of all of the many Neteru, the aspects of ourselves, getting to that higher consciousness. I can't show you how to get there, nor can anybody else, no matter how well studied they are. You have to know. You have to figure this out. Anybody outside of you can help with the guidance, but you have to do the work. Nobody can show you how to become the master of you. Inside job requires inside tools. Nothing outside of you can do that. And it doesn't even mean that any of us need fixing or correction. We just need to start to listen to the Dwa R Hrw within us. It's been speaking to us the whole time. And to do that, and those things that I mentioned about me being this and me being that, it's totally not about being self-centered, because like I said, these things hold no weight to me. I'll probably get more certificates or whatever and do nothing with, who knows what I'll do with them. They are not, those titles do not defy anything about the spiritual being that I am, nor will they defy the spiritual being that each of you are. Your character and what you do, especially when it comes to the sincerity that you have for yourself. Because at the end of the day, when you're by yourself, all you have is you. You can't be anybody different. When you're alone, I can be this face here on the screen on Sundays, or this, chipper person when we all get together. But when I'm alone, that's what counts, because I can't hide from me. It's almost like when you're going into the double halls of truth, you can't hide from yourself. All the masks that we wear, they have to come off. So I do my best to try not to wear them at all. I can't say that I'm not wearing a mask at all times, but I do my best to try to be what you see, this person. And not for any other motive, but for myself, because I have to live in this spirit. So that's what counts. Not what somebody's going to say about Shinka, not who's going to pat Shinka on the back, or who's even going to frown and not like what I have to say. That's completely no reason for me to do any of the things, say any of the things, feel any of the things. Because at the end of the day, I have to be okay with me. I've got to be okay with me. So with that, I'll digress. Let's see if there's any more comments here. And again, like I said, I'm not going to keep you all long today. I just wanted to be brief. I found this piece, and look, we have our mess coming in here, so that's great. So we have something, we have a hymnetter that's going to be coming in just a moment, and can add to the discussion if he was able to hear what I read. I'm going to bring you on because we're not going to stay long. I'm almost completing. So I'm going to bring you on anyway.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's okay. It's okay because Hymnetter Waziri couldn't make it.
It's cold here. And I messed up. Yeah, I didn't want to get out of bed. It was cold. It's cold.
I was just telling him I was lotioning up in the beginning because it's so cold. My skin is just so dry. And I'm like, I drank plenty of water, but
Look, I'm here, but
that's okay. I'm keeping it really, really short today because Wasiri couldn't be here. What I did, I'm going to reread it because I only read number 6 out of the Hosea, out of the Book of Wise Instructions. Go ahead and get yep.
What page?
This is page 43.
Mm-hmm.
The Book of Ptah-hotep.
Damn, I open up right there too. That's cool.
Divine Order, and it's number 6. And I'm going to reread it since I have you here. It says, if you move among people, gain respect and trust through speaking openly and truthfully. And those who are trusted and speak truthfully will become leaders and masters of themselves. Those who master themselves enjoy a good name and are not maligned. They are in good health, and their face is turned toward their people. And they are praised without their knowing it. But those whose hearts obeys base desires causes contempt rather than love. Their heart diminishes and their body dwindles. Those of great heart are the chosen of Neter. But those who obey base desires become the possession of the enemy. And I'll tell you why I read that. I read that because I was encouraging folks that, to more than anything else, follow thine own heart. Follow your heart, for it is always going to guide you. Those that are around us, well-studied, our ancestors, those are our guides. But the true essence of your direction is within your spirit. It's the Dwa R Hrw within inside of you guiding you and when you become, instead of it, and also be cautious of trying to lead people, trying to be a flock leader of people, because where you might go, they may not end up. You know what I mean? So it was an encouragement more so that people follow the heart within themselves, and that the nature of the Neteru lies within us, which is why we are all trying to, reach that higher consciousness that can't really be shown outwardly. You have
Right.
to do the work in order to understand. If I follow your way, Himneter, and let's say you've reached highest consciousness. Let's just, for example, say you've reached the highest consciousness. And I go and say, I want to do everything that Himneter Ames has done. And I end up somewhere else. That is because that was Himneter Ames's destiny, not necessarily Shinka's.
Right. That's true. And another a good reading of this today is as you was reading it, um, mm, if you move among people and gain respect and trust throughout speaking openly and truly, those who are trusted and speak truthfully will become leaders and masters of themselves. That reading is very true in what we are seeing, what's going on in the world today. Okay, and so no matter what side of the political party you're on, which essence of where we go on, we see in this land of in the West here that we had first went off this week a man that is, I don't know, I've had him in our political circle here in New York for a very long time, even before he became the so-called leader of the world with this nation, which it's supposed to be. Really, we are supposed to be guiding the world and helping it out. Remember that if we would look at the forefathers and they took stuff, you can say they stole it, whatever, they did come up with something that represented, if was put in essence, true essence, could guide the world if it was done that way. Now we jump in 250 years later, we have a man that speaks anything and does that. And so this reading is basically, you didn't point on it, we'll take it out of the Kemetic concept or the African concept and put it into the world's concept, that the way he speaks, and then the way the people that follow him decided to say, well, why are you upset? This doesn't make no great deal, but it is a great deal. No matter how you look at it, it is a great harm. And then to lie on, and we won't say a lie, but to blame it on somebody who we don't know to have posted this, and it's all this swaying of the thing. And you got to real feel sorry for this man, because he's living in the moment. Most of them are living in the moment, and they are not thinking about that. And so these words that are being spoken today, if we really look into it, he hasn't learned how to master himself, because it says those who master themselves enjoy a good name and are not maligned. They are in good health. Their face is turned towards their people.
That's right.
And they will praise without their knowing it. See, he looks for praise all the time, just like the Nobel Peace Prize. He did not, because it wasn't, instead of being patient and waiting for that to come, he complains and wants it to come. You understand? Remember that when we are talking about this essence of what we are walking, people say, well, Ames, that's political, that's worldly. No, Kemet had the same things going on in it. Taiseti, I believe, all great nations have this, that the leader had to walk both lines. He had to work the line of being the leader of his people. He had to be part of some of the spiritual temples at the time. It was a thing. And so it was a constant looking at himself. Now, did they all do it? Well, yes, you can see that. That's why we had 3 intermediate periods in Kemet.
Oh, those thousands of years. You're right.
That
Exactly.
lasted, where the dynasties were going, like the first 6 dynasties, around 7 is when they started, and then by 8, 9, bam, and it lasted for a while, and then they came back out again, and then it went through it again, and then the lead, the father and the brother of the name I've chosen, of Mass, had to go out and fight and push back. So this thing is always here. This is the thing that we must overstand, and when we're reading this, we also are part of this cycle.
Right.
You understand? We are. Nobody is allowed to do anything without it being allowed, and we have some people in our community that have allowed that energy.
Right.
You might not like the political views of the party that was in for, but you cannot lose sight of who we are in this essence.
That's
And
right.
so we have to meditate and pray on this. You understand? And we have to now manifest our Karukuti for the whole essence. But that was a good reading, and I'm just looking at it. But and here's the last part that we're going to reflect on. But those whose heart obeys and base desires cause contention rather than love. Their heart diminishes and their body dwindles. We can see it sometimes on a physical aspect of this person and other people in the nation, and we can see the words that are being spoken by this ancestor written down. We can see it in true effect right now.
Right now.
Because he wants the desire, he wants the love and all that, but he's doing it wrong. And so for him, I saw a documentary a couple of years ago on him, and it was something that was taught to him. His father told him, you never, I don't care if it is. And then his father had a teacher who became his mentor.
Yep.
And so his mentor told him, you deny everything. You don't never admit anything. You. And so this has been his thing. But as you can see, if you put your energy into something, you can make it manifest. See, he puts his energy into this. And so we're like, what's going on? Why ain't something happening to this man? Why ain't this going on? But this man has taken something that probably his mentor, that energy, and he has been able to manifest it very well. So that's why we should read what you read, and understand that those with great heart are chosen of the Neter, but those who obey the base desires become possessions of the enemy. And our enemy is not him. It is the energy that has been in foundation. He is not the enemy. The enemy is way past him.
That's right. It wasn't even his mentor. It's the energy that they have allowed to manifest. And just like the duality that we know, just like if said, we have Ma'at. There is an opposite side of it. But just like you said, it isn't necessarily the person that's being used. It's the energy that's being manifested through him, and who he's actually passing that torch to too. You know what I mean? Who he's leaving that energy with. So that's deep that you mentioned that particular person, because granted, yeah, it's not necessarily that we're speaking politics, but this is what we can visually see going on in real time right now. And we see it happening. We see it. We see it on a large, but that's one of the largest scales that we can see it. We see it in a lot of things that's going on publicly, but this particular person, I mean, just like you said, you can look at everything, all the things that he's done, and say, how is he still, like you said, it's not necessarily him, it's that energy. that's and let's see, St. James said, yeah, it's set from generation to generation, even beyond that, St. James, because just like in Himnet or Ames said, yes, energy like that from generation to generation, but that energy has been harnessed and invoked and manifest over and over again until it's full fruition now. And it's and and they're passing it, and they're yes. And he says energy becomes matter. Yes, 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 it certainly is, which means the counter of that has to be just as energetic in order to it has to be just as energetic. The balance to that, the stepping out of, the stomping out if set has to be just as energetic as the rise of it.
And so as we move forward today, we listen to the words of these ancestors and understand that as we use those words to help us and our family, how we guide ourselves in lives, we really we really have to meditate on the world and bring that forth. And so when we do our mantras and stuff, I'm feeling more and more we're going to have to put those mantras to reflect the world and our cities and what's going on in them. I was going to take a few minutes before we get off here to do a little meditation thing. I popped on one of the CDs I have. And so before we sign off today, I am going to turn on my stereo, and we're going to take about 10 minutes in meditation.
Okay.
And we're going to reflect on what was just read and also other things. We should incorporate this in just to clear our minds for today and all that. And I know some of y'all are going to have your mantras thinking about your football team, whatever, but anyway.
And before you turn that on, so we can incorporate these I do have just a couple of announcements, and of course, I want to add to the prayer as well. We do have a couple of announcements. We did have a solar return this week. One of our full members. Let's see here. We had Sin Sinisi Nikai. His solar return was 2 days ago.
All praises.
Yes, so we wish you many more trips around the sun. I want to piggyback on what you said last week, because I had an opportunity of watching the Zoom recording. I wanted to reiterate in reference to the Dwa R Hrw. Wonderful job, you guys. But that reunion, June 27th of this year, that weekend, all of you that are members of the Shrine of Ma'at, if you did not see the Zoom recording, it is posted on the page. So if you haven't had an opportunity to watch that and you're interested in going in June to Detroit, please make sure to watch it. Sinette Coach Ye did an awesome job with the presentation. It should be a beautiful bill. If the Netter willing, I will definitely be there this year. And into our prayers as we're meditating, of course, we want to always lift Himnet or Wasiri and Ames up. Himnet or Wasiri is a little feeling a little down right now, so he couldn't be here. So outside of meditation, all of you that has his contact number or his wife, Sinette Tara, reach out to him and check up on him, and things. And he loves to be built up. Always, check on him. Even if he doesn't have the energy to talk, you can always speak with Sinette Tara. And she will, she'll gladly take the call and send the message. Himnet or Ames, we're always praying for you when you're here and when you're not here. Always. That's just we mention you every week, and that's one thing. I do want to also quickly pour libation for. I had a family member, a cousin, who passed away just the other day. So I have my my clear water here and my plant that I will pour libation into. And I just want to speak his name. Reginald Douglas, may you be welcome among the ancestors, open arms. May they all be waiting for you with open arms in your transition into the Dwa. Be smooth, sailing just like you was. I'll pour water for him and light the candle.
Dwa.
All right. You can take it away with meditation. I think that is.
We're going to do a little meditation here. Everyone's going to get prepared. You know, clear your mind as best you can. Get in a good sitting posture, or you can sit down on the floor. Whatever. It's going to be a little about 5 to 10 minutes, and after that, I will end with a prayer. The prayer is also coming from which I have to buy a new one. I'm going to get online right after. The ancient Kemetic Proverbs, even though it says ancient Egyptian Proverbs, I read from last week, and I think it's a good, nice little prayer. And so everyone just relax yourself, take some deep breaths, prepare yourself, relax, and 1, 2, 3 will begin. And I forgot to turn the power on. Just give me a few minutes here. I forgot to turn the power on.
All right.
But anyway, this is something that you will try to incorporate as we meet every week, and not every week to do it, but here we go. No cero, oh, bien, somos cero, oh, viejo, no cero, oh, bien, somos cero. Oh, viejo, no sé, no, oh, viejo, somos cero. Oh, viejo, no sé, no, oh, viejo. No sé, no sé, Enjoy the pieces coming over you. As we calm down, we're going to come out of this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. A little meditation this day. Could you hear that, or do I need to move my speaker? I wasn't sure. Could you hear it?
Oh yeah, that was wonderful.
I don't know if everyone else could hear it. And I'm good. Okay, so we're gonna try to incorporate that every once in a while. That one is from our sister temple. No, this one comes from another shrine that we well known, the shrine of Asar Set.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that was the Hrw meditation. You can go on their site and order it. I'll put it closer for you.
Okay, Hrw meditation. All right.
Okay. They have several. They did these years ago. I had it in cassette, and then I went on. I mean, yeah, cassette back, and then I ordered a CD. So but it's a great one, and you add this to your Kemetic tradition, Kimanu and African tradition. And we'll have some drum beats, African drum beats. We'll just get into this. So I'm going to leave you with a prayer. Like I said, it comes from here. I'm going to buy my new book this week. Mine is falling apart. Had this since early 90s or something. But I see I have to get a new one. So our closing prayer will be this. Oh, amen. Amen. O Amen, who art in heaven, turn thy face upon the dead body of the children and make your children sound and strong in the underworld. Amen. O men, O men. O Netaru, O men. I adore thy name. Grant you to me that I may understand thee. Grant you that I may have peace in the Duat, that I may possess all my members therein. Hail, Amen. Let me make supplications unto thee, for I know thy name, and thy transformations are in my mouth. Thy skin is before my eyes. Come, I pray thee, and place you thy heir and thy image. Myself is in the everlasting Duat. Let my whole body come like that of Neter. Let me escape from the evil chambers, and let me not be imprisoned therein, for I worship thy name. Dua.
Dua, 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 dua. Well, until next week, everyone. Another powerful yet divine week that we've gone through. Hope that all of your weeks are light, and Ma'at is in the midst of everything that we all do from here on out, from here until the next week and every day therefore after. Until then, Shema Ma'at to all of you.
Shema Ma'at. There we go.